Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. Today, we have started the champion objectives, but rather than just going around rifting, I want us to have a look at our equipment and specifically address our cooldown situation. Now, of course, because we've been leveling up over time, we're up to Garrigan level 162 at the moment, so 41 points here, 41 points here. We're nearly maxed out with the 10% cooldown reduction from the Garrigan levels. In addition to that, as part of the build, we want cooldown reduction on our shoulders, we want it on our hands, we want it on each of the rings, we want it on our weapon, and we want it on our offhand. I think that's pretty much everything. I've got my list just in front of me here. So at the moment we're missing it on our gloves, we're missing it on our weapon, and we're missing it on the offhand. The only other real change is Astral Presence shouldn't be Astral Presence, it should be Audacity, but that's not going to affect our cooldown at all. We've got Evocation in there to help bring that time limit down even further. So I was thinking about it, and with the two Ramalama Ding Dongs, our weapon is probably going to be the biggest benefit that we can get in terms of rolling that socket off and getting cooldown reduction on there. So we're going to start off with that, get that done. We've got 12 deaths press, it hopefully will be enough. At this point we'll keep the socket until it actually comes up in the options, I think. Just in case, let's take the gem out. I'm pretty certain it would return it to the inventory for us, but I'd rather not risk it. Oh, that's just entirely useless. You know what, at this point we'll take the Vitality because at least we'll be getting a benefit from it. Can we actually get... Yeah, we can get cooldown of skills with resource cost reduction. Oh, wow! That is exactly what we wanted. So we're going to get a Ramalama Ding Dong. No, not like... Oh, they stack. I did not know that. That must be relatively new. You're being very shouty, Amos. He's just had his breakfast, so... Apologies. In fact, he's only had most of his breakfast. Go and have a bit more, mate. Let's see him wander along just behind me there. Right. So, we have the socket in. Perfect. Okay, well, we can have a think about our next rolls. We'd already started with our gloves, so we may as well carry on with those for the moment. Keep that resist all. We don't want resource cost reduction. It does have cooldown on there as an option. We just have to get lucky with it. Oh, there we go. Cooldown of all skills by 8%. Wonderful. So that takes our cooldown reduction up to 45.12%. That's pretty good. We can still get some on here. We can still get some on this ring. It's not worth us doing it on the Listening of the Undaunted because we're going to be replacing that. But the Orb of Infinite Depth might be worth it. Which of these could we do? Not that one. Hydra damage can go. Hydra damage can definitely go. The cooldown of all skills is right there. We just need to get lucky and actually get it. For the moment, we'll take the 13% life. Alright, let's have a look and see what the cooldown's actually like. Now, this is going to be without the 15% from the Gogok of Swiftness. So, we'll give it a moment to actually wear down properly. And then, of course, we're going to go back to rifting. So we've still got to get the Compass Rose and the Traveller's Pledge from the Endless Walk set. We still need to get the Mantled Heal. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to last 20 seconds. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is 13 and a bit seconds. We get the Goggles of Swiftness. That's going to be an additional 15% cooldown. So that's going to be next to nothing. That is awesome. All right, let's have a look. We've got no Greater Rift Keystones. In terms of things that we have to do, we've got to finish a level 17 Nephilim Rift Torment 10 within 6 minutes. That's going to be all right. We're going to keep leveling our gems. Craft a Flawless Royal Gem, so that's going to keep needing plans and things. And then various other things at Torment 10 and Master a Set Dungeon. So Torment 10, Torment 10, Torment 10. Just keep getting better. Get to Torment 10. So we'll work on our gems first of all. But that cooldown reduction is really going to feel like it makes a big difference. So as always, we're just traveling around exploding at things that we can. Trying to maximise the benefit that we get from Archon mode itself. I'm definitely trying to kill things while we have those Archon stacks. Yeah, extra death breaths. So it should only end up being a couple of seconds in between Archons. We will still have that downtime though. But just like that, we are back in. And playing Keep Away for a couple of seconds isn't too bad. Playing Keep Away for a full like half a minute, that does get worrisome. Let's say worrisome. But I'd say this is almost enough for us to bump up a difficulty level. The true proof is going to be in the pudding, as they say. So we'll use Greater Rifts to test the viability of that. Straight back in with more explosions. Now, there will be more optimal ways of putting an Archon build together. I've gone for one that I consider fun, but if you really want to optimize it, you wouldn't have a face gem, you'd have a diamond in there to reduce the cooldown further. There's a bunch of other suggestions that have come through, but it's nice to have variance on the cookie cutter builds, I find. There we go again. We are getting loads of death breaths. I am very happy about that. Death breaths, of course, meaning we can re-roll more things into cooldown reduction. We can upgrade items. So we've still got one ring to get cooldown reduction on. We've still got our offhand to get cooldown reduction off. And those, if we're lucky, would end up being enough to keep our Archon uptime up permanently. If we're lucky. I mean, these things always rely on luck to a certain extent. not nearly as many packs as I was expecting. Oh well, we'll carry on exploring. Try and find... Oh, hello you. We didn't quite kill him in time, so let's back off just a little bit while we build up our explosive blast stacks. Just completely ignoring that. Hello you. Spank the goblin, that's what we're playing. Spank him into next week. It's a shame that Krelm's buff braces don't stop us getting slowed by webs. I think the invigorating gemstone would be enough to get that effect if we really wanted it, but we don't need that. It's only for a couple of seconds. When we're in Archon mode, we get that effect anyway. I think that was a set ring. Ring or an amulet? Bang! Really taking advantage of those stacks. I see you over there. Oh, we can't quite reach him. Alright. I guess we'll do it Archon mode and get the Rift Guardian in on this fight as well. Two Greater of Keystones, more Death's Breaths. Alright, let's head back to town, hand this in, and have a look at what we got. Right, so first of all, IDing stuff. While we're doing that, we'll carry on putting points in over here. And we got the Compass Rose. We do actually need that. That's great. We're going to re-roll that movement speed into a socket. It's a shame it's got resource costs on it instead, or... Yeah. That's the biggest disadvantage. The other stats I don't mind so much about, but resource costs instead of cooldown reduction is a real shame. That'll be a candidate for re-rolling the entire ring, actually. How many Forgotten Souls? We don't have enough Forgotten Souls to do that. So, for the moment, we'll just get a socket in it.
Why would I do that?
Right, movement speed into a socket. That's what we want. Take the extra damage for the moment. Oh, come on. There we go. Socket's 1. So Shen, for the moment, piece of kind is to take Teguk out. Put that in there. That is not what I did. There we go. Crazy, crazy game. Right, now this ancient Litany of the Undaunted could come over here, but we don't accidentally do something with it. 13 Death's Breaths isn't enough for us to upgrade anything. We can carry on re-rolling this life over here, though. Hope for more cooldown reduction. Not resource costs. That's not what we want. We don't want a socket either. The game is not being good to me. RNGesus is... more resource cost. Is laughing. Come on. Right, it's getting more and more expensive each time we do this as well, which doesn't help. Let's salvage up the bits that we have. and then we'll jump in and we'll do a Greater Rift. Now, of course, the other thing we can do is we can upgrade our gems even further. So that'll be worth us thinking about. But for the moment, let's put this up to 38, and may as well empower it as well. Because we're pretty beefy. And we really want to get up to Torment 10, so the faster and harder we push, the better things will be for us. Archon, very welcome. Just need to tank a little bit longer. There we go. Alright, let's move on and find more things to explode at. I mean, we're doing so well on the time. Bang, another pack gone. Really trying to keep up explosive blast in here, or I was trying to. And once we reach the point where we're keeping that Archon uptime up, explosive blast won't be as needed. It will still be very useful. But we could think about changing it over to something else if we wanted. Damn elemental twerkers. Right, where are we going? We're going this way. Ooh, hello you. Actually nothing down here. And there's nothing down here either. Alright, back we go. Round the corner. And just as a reminder, we were working on our face gem first. And that's just for fun. We do gain quite a lot of levels, so getting full advantage of the lack of cooldown reduction and other things that go with that because of the gem. It'll speed up our progress leveling. Connor will be very welcome. Let's get that. Shame we ran out of stacks just at that moment there. But it's back. There we go. 2 amulets, a ring, and enforcer. Okay, so points going straight into the red soul shard. One more of those, and this will be maxed out. as well put these points in for a second. Oryx is going to give us more levels anyway. So let's get those IDing. That was actually pretty good. That was like 5 levels that time. So, Ouroboros, convention of elements, that's nice. It's nice. It's not essential for our build. But, I mean, Arcane, Cold, Fire, Holy Lightning, Physical Poison. Obviously, it only does the ones that we can actually use. Yeah. Right, we need amulets at the moment.
I can't afford that.
Wow, they are so expensive. So expensive. There is more efficient things that we could be buying, but because that's the big missing bit at the moment, kind of want to get it ticked off. Burning Axe of Sankis, we don't already have one. Overview Energy Trap, we don't already have one. Ouroboros, that can just get salvaged. Conventional elements can go in there. And Enforcer can go down here. And the rest of these can get salvaged. Right, let's repair our stuff. And we're going to jump right back in. Another Great Rift. This time, going up to level 41. Jesus, it's costing us so much money. Starting to notice the increase in health of the mobs, but because we're so powerful in this mode, we still get through them really quickly.
Still waiting. I'm so good, I astound myself.
There's some packs, there we go. We are just face tanking with Explosive Blast at the moment. Just until Archon mode comes back. And there it is. I see you. $163 stacks. It's a good number. It's a very good number of stacks to have picked up. Okay, just a couple more seconds. There we go. Trying to teleport sensibly so we're constantly gaining stacks as we go. So I'm half watching the screen, half watching the map itself for places where we're going to want to be. So things like that would reset our Archon instantly. That's how good it's going to be when we get that gem maxed out. Conduit, I will definitely take it. Trying to keep movement nice and high to keep killing things while we've got these stacks. Especially with the conduit. Right, the stacks are gone. Let's get our damage reduction back a bit. Ooh, that was painful. That's alright. Archon mode's back. Not really a brown trouser time, but Channeling Pylon, yeah! As we know, Channeling Pylons are my favourite pylon for this build. Because they allow us to go straight back into Archon mode. With Dramatic, got a Ring, and an Amulet, and Esoteric Alteration out of that. Right, okay, so Red Soul Shard 1, 2. We get the benefit of when we gain level, all our cooldowns are reduced by 75%. And we can start working on Tagok.
I am returning to town. My old masters will
Alright.
see me now.
Kadala. Let's have a talk about amulets. No, I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying. In the meantime, let's ID the stuff we have, put our points in. We're going to start really getting a lot of levels. Now we're bumping the difficulty up like this. So that's another Compass Rose. Again, it doesn't have the cooldown reduction we want on it. It's slightly worse than our current one, but it does give us another one to re-roll, so we're quite glad we've got that. Moonlight Ward, that's nice. Not going to use it. And Esoteric Alteration, that's one of the ones which has ranks, so we put it down here at the bottom bits. Alright, let's salvage all of this stuff up. Gems down, and I reckon we've got time for one more regular rift, but we can definitely put the difficulty up to Torment 9 now. That just proved we're way strong enough. So all the extra experience that goes along with it. So straight into Archon mode. And yeah, you can really notice the increase in health on the mobs. But that's alright. Our cooldown is enough that we're going to be fine, especially when it's getting adjusted by things. Extra experience, always welcome. So straight back into Archon mode again. So let's not stand in the middle of all of that. Just like a couple of explosions would be fine, but that many is just asking for trouble. Teleport in, get the kills. Ooh. More unique things. Get Archon mode going, and back to the killing. Right, cooldowns are reduced again, and that's for 30 seconds. It's so worth it. More Death's Breaths. Straight back into Archon mode again. Because it's mostly because we're getting levels so quickly at this point. I suppose, in effect, it's actually acting like a poor man's diamond with added explosions. Right. Let's try and keep our cooldown reduction going. A little bit more experience and we're back in Archon mode. There we go. So activate Archon mode again and we get another 30 seconds of huge cooldown reduction. It is a very different feel when you're this powerful. Well, the Rift Guardian was in there somewhere. Don't think I actually saw them. But while we have all the power in the world behind us, may as well kill a few more things and get ourselves just a bit closer to the next level, because we're not going to get that much from... And those explosive blasts when our cooldown reductions are reduced are crazy. Right, alright. There we go. So what did we get? We got 4 levels. Selenium, and the Zweihander. Neither of them pretty spectacular. Not enough Death's Breaths to upgrade anything. That's a shame. Right, so Selenium we don't have one of, so we should store one. Let's start putting them in box 2. And the Zweihander that can just get salvaged up. Kadala. Amulet, please? No. Disappointment, that's what we get. Well, we've got 2 Greater Rift keystones to use so we can carry on leveling up Taguk, but that is going to be next time. So thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As I said before, we've managed to get our Red Soul Shard up to rank 25, which is quite a big step forwards for us. That's going to vastly help with our leveling. If you are enjoying these videos, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, then you should do so and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Diablo 3. See you soon.